In this video, we're going to be going over what are the 4 best sniper rifles to use inside Warzone after the Season 5 update. We're going to go through the patch notes quickly and then we're going to cover everything that has changed. If you do enjoy this style of content, don't forget to subscribe as we try to reach our goal of 50k. Click that link and subscribe to our second channel, but let's get straight into this. So the first thing I quickly want to show you is the actual patch notes themselves, and it's just because we had a few changes with the Season 5 update. So as you can see here, we got some flinch resistance changes, which we will cover at the end of this video. I'll show you exactly what the flinch looks like on every single one of the snipers that you want to be using in this game. The LW3 Tundra did get a bit of a buff when it comes to damage range and upper torso multipliers. And this won't change how the gun feels for the most part, let's be perfectly honest, because most snipers take 2 shots to kill when it comes to body shots, or upper torso shots for that matter. And then some snipers have a 1-shot headshot out to infinity range. Then we've got the Type 99, again it got some neck multiplier and torso multiplier buffs. And then the 3-line rifle got a kind of nerf to the 20 round mags. Now moving on into our spreadsheet, we're going to look at bullet velocity, ADS time, 1-shot headshot range and sprint to fire, because this is kind of the main stats that we use to determine what are the best sniper rifles. We're only looking at the bolt action snipers because no one uses the Dragunov. So let's take a look at this. So what we want to do is organize these in terms of what are the aggressive snipers, what are the long range snipers. So first of all, long range snipers means best possible bullet velocity, and if we arrange this from A to Z, you can see the EX1 has the best bullet velocity, which is the new rifle that you could change into various different things. The ADS time is 270 milliseconds, which is actually really quick for an ADS time, and it only has a 1-shot headshot range out to 72 meters. Now, you might be thinking this is a very good aggressive sniper. It's pretty much hit scan, it's got good ADS time, sprint to fire is really good as well, but you need to factor in the charge time on this gun as well. And that is why it is not such a good option, because if you do see a target you want to shoot at, you need to charge up your weapon, then fire by the time then the target's moved. So just make sure you consider that. That's why this gun isn't really all that good as a sniper rifle in my opinion. Then we have the 3-line rifle, which is probably going to be the best long range sniper in the game because it has the best possible bullet velocity. So 3-line, definitely a solid choice. ADS is quite slow on this, let's be honest. But it's still a bit quicker than the HDR. Then we've got the Type 99, not a good sniper at all because the 1-shot headshot range is not out into infinity, and the rest of the stats don't really make it an aggressive sniper either. HDR is a pretty solid choice if you do like Modern Warfare guns, but those are probably the best 2 long range snipers. Now let's look at the close range aggressive snipers, and again we're going to look at ADS time first now. And again, EX1 can't really go into this category because of that charge time, but the Modern Warfare car could definitely go there. ADS time is pretty quick. Sprint to fire time is pretty quick as well. It was actually the fastest ADSing sniper in the game once again in this game, so definitely a solid choice. But the bullet velocity, as you can see, is one of the lowest, but they have increased the range on this, so the range is out to a lot farther than before. I think it was about 55 meters before, now it's 70, which is definitely a good bonus. Then we've got the Pellington next up, but the sprint to fire is pretty slow. And then we've got the Vanguard KAR98 here as well with a really fast sprint to fire. So again, you could choose between any 3 of these in my opinion, but my favorite 2 is probably going to be both of the KAR98. So the next thing I want to show you is actually the flinch resistance on every single one of these sniper rifles. So on screen just now, you will see a slowed down version of what it looks like in terms of flinch when you're getting shot at. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that I don't necessarily think that you're actually getting a huge 40% reduction in flinch like the patch note states. Now, obviously I've not got any tangible numbers here to actually back that up besides what you're seeing on screen just now, so it's kind of hard to actually quantify this. So hopefully sim.gg or True Game Data come up with the actual numbers behind these patch notes to actually show what the comparison was for before and after. But in general, I do feel like the more aggressive snipers do have a little less flinch than the long range snipers, which is definitely the way it should be for this and the way they try to balance the snipers. But for the most part, I still think all the kind of sniper types do have a little bit more flinch than I think they should have. So it just depends on kind of what range you're at as well, I think is really important. Because the further away you are from your target, you're going to notice the flinch a lot more than if you're right up close and personal, and you're more likely to miss as well at longer range, because not only is it hard to hit your shot in general, but your aim will be flying around your target pretty much. But like I said, overall, I don't think this is a huge reduction to flinch. It's still probably a slight reduction than it was before to all the snipers across the board, but it's not something that I think is a huge significant change. Last but not least, we're going to go over what I actually think are the 4 best snipers in this game. Starting off, we've got the Vanguard KAR98. I do think this is one of the better aggressive snipers that are currently in the game at the moment. With this particular build, I mean, it's the build that we've been used to using, so nothing's really changed here. You want to use a scout silencer because it doesn't con your ADS time. You want to use the VDD barrel, which is the best for this gun. The 4 to 8 times, you can use the 3 to 6 times. You can choose whatever optic you like, since this one actually got a bit of a nerf, but overall, it's still a pretty good choice in my opinion. Short stock is going to be the fastest possible ADS time. Fleet for the better movement speeds. Any other perk you could choose if you like. On hand for the better ADS time, fabric grip for the better ADS time, clouser 5-round mags, and lengthened and the pistol grip. So next up, when it comes to aggressive snipers, we've got the Modern Warfare car, and as you've seen, this has got the fastest possible ADS, and on top of that, it's got a pretty solid range on it now that got a slight buff on the previous update, so not the update that happened in Season 5, but the one before that, and now it's definitely still a solid choice if you want to be aggressive with a sniper rifle. So mono suppressor for the sound suppression and damage range. You want to use the longest possible barrel to get the best bullet velocity, tac laser, sniper scope, and then you want to use a sport cone for the faster ADS time. The ranges that you will be using the sniper at has to have the fastest possible ADS we can get. Next up, we have the long range snipers, and we have the HDR at number 2. And this is kind of in no particular order, to be perfectly honest, but we do have the HDR nonetheless, and it has a solid bullet velocity. The ADS time isn't great, to be honest, but a lot of people do like the Modern Warfare snipers in general, so it's definitely a good choice. So you want to use the mono suppressor for the sound suppression and damage range, HDR Pro barrel, tac laser, stalker scout, and I use focus, but you could choose bigger mags if you really want to. I was actually using focus for the testing as well, just so you can get a good comparison of what this sniper is going to feel like in game. Last but not least, at number 1, we have the 3-line rifle. Now, the 3-line rifle just has the best possible bullet velocity in this game, and also the damage is really good on it as well. Has one-shot headshot out to infinity range, just like the HDR, so overall, is going to be the best possible long-range sniper in this game, and it has been for quite a while now, in my perfectly honest opinion. So this is the build that you want to use. So you want to use the Mercury silencer so you don't con the ADS time. You want to use the 820mm barrel, which is the best possible barrel for this gun. The 4 to 8 times optic, or again, you can choose whatever optic you feel comfortable with. The custom MZ stock, which is the best for ADS time. Silent focus, you could choose whatever perk you really want here, to be honest. None of them are too great. On hand for the faster ADS time, fabric grip for the faster ADS time. The 20-round mags, even though they did get a nerf, they're still the best mags available for this gun, so just keep that in mind. Lengthened, and then we've got the Mark skeletal under barrel for the better ADS time. So there we have it. Those are the 4 best snipers currently inside Warzone. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to subscribe as we try to reach our goal of 50k. Click that link and subscribe to our second channel as well. We will be posting a lot more content when Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 drops as well. Thank you very much for watching.